Look, nightmares turn dreams to reality. Trying to picture my life, I got a gallery, got a different mentality. No wonder why they mad at me. Colonel to you cadets, welcome to the academy. Must be on. Oh, what's up, man? Y'all watching THL Crescendo. Y'all already know what it is, man. Highstrung.
Okay. Where we stand, and she dirty dance, and we captain. Keep the anthem, the money band, it was happening.
Hey guys, thanks for coming out to another episode of Crescendo. Today we're here with Highstrung. How you doing, man?
Been good, man. Been good.
So, how long have you been doing music?
I've been doing music probably collectively since I was like in 7th grade, but like taking it seriously probably about 10 years.
How's it been so far?
It's been good.
Yeah.
You know, there's been things that I've been doing that has told me that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I know like a lot of people will say that, you know what I mean? Like, but it's really like eventful things that has happened while on my musical journey that is like, okay, if I'm not supposed to be doing this, I don't think this is supposed to be happening. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. So who are some of the people that you listen to that kind of helped influence your style of music?
Well, it's crazy because my pops actually was a DJ, but he didn't know he was a DJ. Like, I say that because he made like little tapes and stuff for our neighborhood, and like people would come by and be like, "Oh, you got that new song?" Yeah. So I was kind of inspired by that, and then as I started to get more into hip hop, I think the first album that I learned was like Mace. Yeah. At the time, who was signed by P Diddy and Bad Boy, and then of course like every rapper I think is Biggie and Pac. Yeah, and then Jay-Z.
A lot lately.
Yeah. So, so of course those are my like influences. But I knew at the same time because like most people when they influenced by somebody or inspired by somebody, they start to sound like that person. Yeah. So of course like there are rappers like of today like T.I. and other rappers that I like kind of mimic their style, but then I started realizing like I really wanted my own sound, and I started perfecting and trying to work on that craft on what that would be, you know what I mean? And once I found it, it was like one of them things like you try to build something, it keeps getting knocked down, you try to build something, it keeps getting knocked down, and then when you finally get it, you like, oh, this is it, that's my sound, you know what I'm saying? So that, it felt good, like, you know, for the first time.
Hell yeah. So how would you explain your sound to someone who had never heard you before using only 3 words?
Oh man, that's good. Using only 3 words. Rare, crazy, and persistent.
Rare, crazy, and persistent. I like it. So, you know, crazy and persistent. I feel like, you know, that sums you up pretty well.
Yeah.
And it's definitely a rare sound, man. Like you got like a sound that not a lot of people here in San Antonio are pushing, so that's good. And you got a new album coming out.
Yes, Legacy 2.
Legacy 2.
I came out with Legacy 1. It was a really dope album. I think it's one of those albums that after I'm on another level, I think that people are gonna go back to it and be like, "Dang, this is crazy." You know what I mean? Like, and start like boosting that album because it was one of those ones where I kind of went deep on it.
Something just ain't right. We're struggling every day to stay alive. No matter your race, we're all still people. We got children, and that makes us equal.
But when you drop an album like that and you have a certain amount of fan base, you got to remember there's still a whole other fan base that hasn't heard it yet. Yeah. So you know what I mean? Or that doesn't know you, rather. So I felt like for them, they're going to be like, man, this was an amazing album. But the new album, it's not as personal, but it's still personal. But it's still so. But I love it because it's so many different. Like it's just the way that the album is constructed is so crazy. Like I think one of my favorite things about it is that it talks about social things that are going on right now that are put in the eye, which is where the crazy comes in. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And the persistence comes in because I'm persistently doing that same thing, but in different ways.
Money, all on my mind, always time to get money, don't ask me that time. I'm back on my grind, 24/7, 365. Don't hang with no niggas who don't got no job. I be with my niggas, you know we gon' run. Tryna live in a mansion, tryna push me a phantom. These haters can't stand them. And designer no panda, counting it up, no amount is enough. Throwing and blowing this money, these hoes be blowing for money, they going for money. All about my dough like Pillsbury. Niggas die for it, it can get scary. See niggas turn on their best friend. See real niggas turn fake quick. See loyal bitches hop on different dicks. For the love of that money, swear that I'm hungry. Chase it, I get it, I chase it. I will not stop till they bury a nigga. In love with that money and married a nigga. My hustle 100, my swag on 1,000. I'ma get money cause money arouse me. You ain't about money, you can't be around.
But the crazy part is that I say things that people may be like, ooh, that's kind of touchy, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm doing this album. And also, it's of course some stuff you can go in there to the club to shake some ass. Yeah. And then it's of course the stuff.
I gotta get my twerking in.
Yeah. And then it's of course like, you know what I'm saying, it's just a variation of just like it's just a fun album, you know. Of course it's like talking about like situations with females.
I know you are one but feel like a necessity. You should invest in me. How you be moving that body is testing me. Know your girl's off in your ear like don't mess with me. I know you curious, just know I'm serious. Locked up your heart out in that sentence period. We ain't even really gotta try with us, and we don't need nobody, we rely on us. And we ain't got nothing if we don't got trust, and we don't give a damn what they say about us. She an undercover freak when we under them covers. That pussy so good, almost told her I love her.
And then it's just a collectively, like I always tell everybody, the best way to describe this album is that if you are a human being, no matter what genre of music you like, you can relate to this album. I even got a Tejano beat on there.
Oh, dude, that's
so mixed with some trap. So you can imagine that. Like, imagine that.
I'm the greatest to ever do it.
So who are some of the people that kind of helped you here in the San Antonio scene, or anyone that's like kind of giving you some advice along the way that's been?
I mean, I went through like so many different people. I think one of the most consistent people for me was Mike Beltran. He's been like a brother to me. When I first got on the music scene, I came here from Killeen, Texas.
Okay.
So, you know what I'm saying, I'm originally from Killeen, Texas. My father was military, so I'm a military brat. Moved around a lot as a kid. But I had to learn to adapt, because I know that people's images of like a military brat is like, oh, they got it made. But really, before my dad ranked, we lived in a lot of different rural areas, you know what I'm saying? And I remember trying to adapt. I remember being like, kids, I came to America for the first time because I was living in Germany with my father. I remember coming back and he was like, I heard some kids talking, and they were saying like, oh man, people think that we were young, so they like, people think that Germany's real. Yeah. And I was like, it is. I just moved from there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was crazy the stuff that they think, like, because we were young kids, you know, they didn't really know. So, and then I just remember like just really being into like a lot of different things, and I had to adapt. You know what I'm saying? And coming from Killeen, I said, you know what? I'm gonna make a statement here in the city. I'm gonna make sure people remember the name Highstrung. And that was my idea. So helping me out, of course, was Mike Beltran. He was the video guy that I met. He shot my first video here in the city.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Yeah, he's dope. And he worked with another person at the time, and I had went to him. I said, hey man, look, all I got is $1 and a dream. But if you give me a chance, I promise I'm gonna make something happen. And he was with the dream. And then of course Lisa Martinez, which is my manager, she started off my dancer. After it was a paid transaction with her and some other dancers. After they worked with me after my first concert, she was like, we just want to work with you. We want to help you get to where you need to be. They were part of a legendary dance group out here called Unified Soul. And they started helping me out. And then she went from my manager to my PR. She went from my dancer to my PR to my manager. Damn. So she like been promoted in the label. Yeah, she's the only person that's been promoted that much. Like, and then you got Neil Alex, who's my artist. You know what I'm saying? And then Jen, of course, can't ever forget about Jen. You know what I'm saying? She's really dope. She's my tour manager. You know what I'm saying? She keeps me focused, make sure everything behind the scenes are taken care of. So when people think that I'm looking perfect, it's not me, it's my team. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm clumsy as hell. Like,
me too. That's why I like do interviews. I can like edit everything out where I fuck up. But yeah, man, dude, it's crazy that people were telling you that they don't think Germany is real. I had somebody tell me the other day that Australia is not real, and that everyone that lives there is just an actor, a paid actor.
That's crazy.
It's really flat.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I was like, what? I was like, what do you do? Like science and stuff.
Like when people tell me stuff like that, I just look at them and say, I think I just got dumber.
Yeah, it's like you're killing my brain cells. So please leave.
That was 30 seconds I'll never get back. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the greatest to ever do it.
So how long have you been living out here in San Antonio?
I've been living here since about 07.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Since 07 I've been living here. And it's been great, man. I've seen a lot of things at the local scene that the artists have to go through and stuff like that. I'm blessed that I haven't like had to experience that. A lot of mine has been on the good end. Of course, with being an artist, you know, it's creativity. So you're gonna struggle. You're gonna go through things, and I went through things in the city, of course, but it's been an amazing journey. You know what I mean? Like, without the trials and tribulations, you can't really understand and feel what success is truly about. You know, anybody that's just had success, I feel like it's like you don't really know how to handle it, because it's just been handed to you. I think that when you have to go through something, no matter what it is, you know what I'm saying, and understand that everybody has a struggle. You know, because I thought one thing I thought was like when you get this, I thought that $1 million in my bank account would be like, oh,
into trouble.
I'm good. Yeah. Like never again. Yeah. Like, but that's actually where they begin. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really the small things that I'm learning that you tend to not focus on because you're too busy grinding. Yeah. That you tend to forget. You know what I'm saying? Like the support of people. Us just sitting down having a normal conversation right now. Yeah. These type of things is what you really cherish in the end, because it's like, man, I just remember you say that, you know what I'm saying? I don't have millions right now, but I'm saying I imagine that it's like, okay, like, man, like this is now what, you know what I mean? Like what do I talk about? Because you know, when you work a 9 to 5 or a job or somewhere you don't want to work, it's so much to talk about.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, I hate my job.
Yeah. That's a song. Like, I hate my job. Like, everybody can relate to that. That's crazy.
Absolutely. So if you wanted to put together a concert, right, and you could have any 3 artists, either alive or dead, who would you choose?
Oh, that's a good one. Oh man, dang. A concert right now, alive or dead. I'm gonna say Jay-Z for sure. Love Jay-Z's work.
Definitely go see that.
J. Cole. I like J. Cole. And I'm gonna choose one, I guess, dead person, which I'm gonna say probably Pac.
Oh yeah.
That's a weird combination, but it's I think that would be dope.
It'd be a dope ass.
That's a hard question though, because I got still names I want to name. Like maybe we should have went with 10. Yeah. Maybe we should have went with 10.
Ah man. So you got any other projects coming up?
Just right now shows and the concentration on the album. You know what I mean? The album right now. I'm just super excited about it, man. I'm putting a lot of energy and work into it. We just dropped a mixtape called Fly Zone Volume 1. I did the concert for that. I do an annual concert every year. I started it back in 2016. Okay. So this was 2015. So this was my 3rd year doing. This was my 3rd concert that I did, and it was an amazing turnout. Every concert I've done, I can say right now I've sold out.
Hell yeah.
So, you know, the fans love it. We always bring a great energy. We bring different scenes and stuff on stage. So right now the concentration is on different shows. We're getting ready to go out to Atlanta. We go to Atlanta every October. Hell yeah. Every first week of October we perform at the A3C big festival. It's basically like the South by Southwest festival, but for Atlanta.
Yeah, Jaren's gonna be there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's dope. Yeah.
That's actually we just interviewed him like 2-3 weeks ago.
Okay. Yeah. I know a guy with a head this big for real. This is crazy right here.
Look at this stoned ass dude. So you just did a show in Padre?
Yeah, we did Padre, man. I'm super excited about that, and it was the biggest. We had the biggest crowd. Oh, yeah. We had 20,000 people in our crowd, and we had Post Malone performed, Future performed, and another major artist, but we were the ones that had the most crowd. I think Post Malone only had like 8,000, if I remember correctly. We had 20,000 people on our day, and we were the only ones that performed a headline on our day, so that was dope. They call me to go.
What happened to the game, man? Who switched up the game plan? Niggas rapping like they don't own a pair of eyes and ears. Nowadays, these niggas ain't got no respect for pioneers. I grew up on this shit, so yeah, my eyes crying tears. Other genres laughing at us, and they got the right to. If you ain't uplifting the culture, then I don't like you. Let me tell you why I do this shit. I do this for them niggas in the hood trying to move them bricks. So a hustler can live lavish and maneuver assist. For other rappers that got rhymes kinda tight like this. Since Bigger Pop, you ain't met no one to write like this. I set the rules, put me on a pedestal, so ahead of my time. Light years ahead of you, you niggas rapping terrible. Ain't nobody scared of you when you as good as me. Who do you compare him to? Don't put me in no category, cause it won't be fair to you.
I'm open on the market for Tejano friends, but I don't have any yet.
You got your grito down?
Okay, I'm working on that. I'm trying to get my Spanish right, man. Yeah. I'm learning how to roll my R's. Yeah. Like one of the guys that I did. See, I don't know how to do that. Yeah. I did. It's one guy that I'm doing. I did one of his songs. He's the beat. I just played it earlier. It was it's a very familiar Tejano song. Yeah. But his name is Ramon. Something Ramon. Right? Yeah. But it's like you gotta roll your R's like that when you say his name, like Ramon. Like an engine.
Yeah, see, there you go. You pretend like you're eating pussy. Just.
Well, that's more.
That's how I roll my R's.
Oh, okay. But you must be very good at that.
Yeah, I love that. No complaints. I didn't grow these thigh warmers for nothing, you know.
Yeah. You save some of the taste for later.
Yeah, flavor saver. I can just tuck it back up into my.
Tommy, you crazy, man. You crazy, bro.
I'm the greatest to ever do.
Is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to? Maybe any of your fans watching, or?
Oh yeah, man. Definitely just shout out to the fans as a whole. Without them, I'm nothing. Shout out to my manager, Lisa Martinez. Shout out to my artist, Neil Ali. Shout out to Jen Gomez. Shout out to Mike B. Shout out to my folks, my parents. You know what I'm saying? They always been great supporters. You know what I mean? Shout out to all my homies. I'm not gonna name them all because they'll all be like, "Why you ain't even name me, dog?" Nah. You know what I'm saying? But they know who they are, though.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. And shout out to you guys. Thank you for you know what I mean, doing what you do, man. Like
Thanks for coming out.
This is dope. You know what I mean? With the avenue that you guys are taking, this is what people need. You know what I mean? Artists like us really appreciate it. Yeah. You know what I mean? For you guys giving an avenue, especially for other people to be able to view it and be like, yo, like, I'm interested in him now. They're going to see this video and be like, I'm interested in who that is.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't have been able to do that, you know what I mean, if it wasn't for outlets like you guys. So.
Well, you know, I mean, that's why we're here, man. You know, we're just here to help local people, local musicians, comedians, artists, you know. Oh, yeah. I'm a local comedian, so I know what it's like coming up. And
I can see that. I can see that.
But, yeah, man, I fucking, you know, I'm just down to help.
We're gonna have to get you in one of the music videos or something and do some comedic shit. Like, there we go. We'll definitely get you in one of the videos for this new project for sure.
Hell yeah, dude. Let me know.
Yeah,
I'd be more than happy to. Oh, yeah, we do a little bit of music videos too, stuff like that. Okay. Then we just put together shows, stuff like that. So, but yeah, one of the reasons that we do stuff like this is so, like, you know, whenever I'm like, hey man, fucking, I got this performer. Yeah. Come check him out. Yeah. And then, like, I type him in on YouTube and nothing comes up. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, like, that's why I'm like, well, I know that they're there. So, I was like, I can show you my channel here. Look, go, look.
Yeah.
So that's what we're here for, man. We're just here to help everybody out, you know. And I started it because I had too many friends that were, like, insanely talented that, like, nobody knows who they are. Yeah. Like, I got a buddy out of New Braunfels who's opened up for Hobson. He's opened up for Kyle. He's opened up for all kinds of crazy people, and nobody here knows who he is. You know what I mean? Yeah. I've got an artist who got flown out to London to do graffiti.
That's crazy.
Nobody knows who he is. I was like, that's insane. I was like, so let me start this company. I was like, I'm just gonna get all of my friends.
And that overseas, man, is crazy. Like, I went to Korea. To perform in Daegu.
Oh god.
And that was like
Daegu
crazy.
Wild.
It was crazy, bro. It was like literally something like out this world, because they don't even know how to speak English, but they can mimic English. Yeah. They can like learn how to rap English, but don't know what they're saying. They just like the beat. They like the way that the flow is going, and they literally learned all my lyrics on my first EP, which was Successful Failure. They learned all the lyrics in one weekend.
Hell yeah, that's me with Rammstein. I don't know what I'm saying, but
yeah.
Du hast mich.
That's crazy.
I'm the greatest to ever do.
So you went to Korea. Where else have you been?
Man, I traveled a lot of different places, but that was like probably my first overseas one. You know what I'm saying? And I really liked it because of the way the business was handled. It was just like everything was legit right away. Like, I got paid as soon as I got off the plane. I signed a waiver saying basically you got paid. Yeah. And then they took me to the hotel. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy, man. From the food, I drank some shit called soju. Oh man, it fucked me up. It's like it tastes like fucking Kool-Aid, but if you drink it a lot, it just sits you on your ass. I was drunk the whole night. And then the women there were like, yeah, I'm crazy. Like, it was no talking, just ready for action. It was crazy.
Amazing. Yeah, bring me next time.
I'm definitely
down.
I'm the greatest to ever do.
What would you say is the hardest part about performing here in San Antonio, aside from the crab in the bucket mentality?
Well, once you get past that, it's not as hard. Because, I mean, of course, I faced it because, you know, but I think it was easier for me because what I've learned about San Antonio, and this is just my philosophy. I'm going to put that out there. Like, this is my philosophy. Because I know people be like, oh, that ain't true. But I believe that people are more receptive here when you're not from here. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like I got friends that rap, but it's like they can't get anybody to come to their shows or whatever because they're from here. So people kind of like,
I'm not gonna pay to go see.
And they make them accessible. They make them they make themselves too accessible. So like with me, I perform once a year here because I perform everywhere else. I get paid for out of state shows and out of town shows now, and I actually do music full time now. So. I do one big concert here a year, which makes the people that are interested in my music be like, I gotta make it to that concert. Yeah. Because I don't know when I'm gonna see them perform again. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you just gotta learn to really make yourself less accessible, more exclusive. Yeah. And then just cater to those fans that really, really want to see you get to another level. You know what I mean? But for me, as far as, I think what's hard for me right now on the level that I've reached is, it's just, it could be probably what I mentioned earlier, even though I am persistent. I think that just staying persistent in what the people want. You know what I mean? I think that sometimes, like, you know what I mean? Of course, I write music for myself, and I'm writing for myself because my friend told me something that helped me out a lot with music. It's funny because my mom told me something to try to boost me up, and my friend told me something to try to, like, make me realize something, but they did the opposite. So my friend told me there's 100 other people that think like you, that believe in what you believe in. That's for all of us. Like, all of us have somebody right now that thinks exactly like we do, that feel how we feel, that dress like we dress. Not that they're trying to be like us, but they just think they just live their life how they believe. Like, you run into somebody and they be like, you say something right now, or if he says something and you be like, man, I feel the same way. Yeah, exactly. That's because y'all relate. Y'all feel this. You know what I mean? So I make music for them. Yeah. You know what I mean? I stopped trying to, I think what was hard for me is I started trying to make music for what I think he may like, or what I think you may like. Yeah. And I started making music for me, and then other people said, oh, I love what he said in that song. I think that same shit. Yeah. I always wonder if I'm the only one that thinks like that. So now I've gained a whole big fan base because of that. You know what I'm saying? When you start doing stuff for you and start doing for stuff for the people, for the person in the mirror, then you start realizing that other people are going to eventually take that serious and they're gonna love what you do. You know what I mean? So
hell yeah. Is there any advice you might have for someone who's thinking about getting into music or just getting started?
Just know that it's work. You know what I mean? Like, rap isn't all the bling bling and the necklaces and the women and the champagne pouring on, you know what I'm saying, the ground and the VIP sections. It's work. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that's really just a show. Yeah. It's just a show to, you know what I mean? All the cars, the jewelry, all that stuff. It's just a show, man. If you really care about the culture, care about, like, just music in general, you know what I mean? It's just about moving it forward, you know what I mean? And I think that whoever's going to get started, if you truly want to rap, just make sure it's something you really want to do. Yeah. Because it could be quite discouraging, especially in an era right now where the internet, we're so accessible. See, back in the day, if we rapped in the 90s, like, say if we jumped in a time machine, we hop back in the 90s right now, I could sell an album right now and go platinum easy. Yeah. I could make one single that was hot and the rest of my album could be trash. Yeah. But they gotta go buy it because the only way they can hear it is on the radio or the album. Yeah. See, now the internet makes everything so accessible. Yeah. So now it's like now songs that we thought, like, say that Biggie and Pac or whoever, like, whatever genre was a big song back then. Mm-hmm. Now it's not as big. Now people are making these remarkable songs, but we're not latching on to them like we did the other songs because there's so many new songs coming out. There's so many, If we all made a song right now in this studio and it was hot and we sold the record and it did great, the minute that we leave the studio, somebody just made another hot record. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's already on the internet. Yep. And it's already got 1 million views. Yep. So it's so accessible now. You know what I mean? I think that's the hardest part. So I just want people to know that before you get into rap, just know that it's work and know what you're doing it for. So you never lose sight of that. So that way you never just get discouraged, like, oh, I ain't even really selling records right now. I'm not even doing, like, know what you're doing it for. You know what I mean? Which is another subject I was going to talk about, which is, like, they have, like, the rap that's out now, you know what I'm saying? The you've heard it, like 6ix9ine and these other guys that are out. Yeah. these other guys that are out. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm not knocking them. I would never do that. Like, however you get your money is how you get your money, but I don't consider that like hip hop. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't really know what to call that. You know what I mean? I consider
it's not hip hop, because like when hip hop started, it was like poetry to like beats, usually like rock and roll beats. Yeah. Yeah, and now it's like,
and even it made it like now it even made like like back then, even the way hip hop was, because the biggest forms of music was hip hop and rock. Yeah. Those were like the biggest, you know, and then I would put country behind it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Country sells, don't get me wrong, country sell a lot. Yeah. Like country would never go out of style. Yeah. But neither will rock though. You could be like 70 years old and be a rock star. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Aerosmith is still getting young pussy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just being real. Like, it's crazy right now. Like, like you could be, and now that's starting to happen for rap. Before rap was like a young person game. Like, after your 20s, you couldn't really rap no more. You had to be like, have a clothing line. You had to be a businessman. Now you could be like 46, 45, 50 and still be rapping as long as what you rapping about is relevant. Yeah. And as long as you know how to reach a target audience. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's a lot different. Jay-Z.
He's like the oldest rapper.
He's like 50. Right now. You know what I'm saying? But he's one of the hottest. Yeah. I mean, if you go to a Jay-Z concert, it sells out right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like he can sell out in 4 minutes.
And that Jay-Z with the Linkin Park crossover.
Oh, that was dope. That was dope. Yeah, that whole album, the encore. Yeah. Oh man, that was crazy.
I'm the greatest to ever do it.
Yeah, where can we find you online?
You can find me on Instagram at Real Highstrung. You can find me on Twitter at Official Highstrung or Official Strong, right? Yeah. And then you can find me. You can find me at Snapchat at Real Highstrung. Yeah. And then on Facebook, it's just Highstrung, my name. And that's HIGHSTRUNG.
Hell yeah! And you can check all that out below in the description. Well, thanks so much for coming out, bud.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Thank you.